Now, if you're in charge of organizing the 2024 Paris Olympics, then you're either panicking or questioning why you took on the role in the first place. The Olympics are 6 months away and Paris has already had 2 scares this month. First came the protests. Climate activists have been up in arms about the environmental impact the Games will have. Then there was a stabbing attack which left 1 dead and 2 injured. The most recent was a bomb scare in downtown Paris, which saw the bomb squad coming in. There are calls of moving the Olympics away from Paris, but of course, it's too late for that. French President Emmanuel Macron has taken matters into his own hands. He has assured safety at the Olympics and promised that the Games will not be shifted. But he has floated the idea of holding the opening ceremony away from Paris. You know, in case French authorities can't get their security in order. It's already looking like a battle half lost. Do you think that the Paris Olympics will witness disruptions here on?
The buzz for next year's Paris Olympics is growing. Preparations are on in full swing. Organizers have even curated the menu for athletes and spectators. But December has brought with it only problems for the organizers. First, there were protests in France. Climate activists demonstrated against the Paris Olympics. They said that the game would impact the environment. To add to this, there was a climate disaster on Tahiti Island. Tahiti is located in the Pacific Ocean, thousands of kilometers away from France, but it's considered French territory. Paris organizers damaged a coral reef when they were installing a tower for the surfing event to run some checks. And the locals in Tahiti have blamed organizers for neglecting the impact on the environment. Then there was a stabbing attack in Paris. At least 1 person was killed and 2 others were injured. Authorities were questioned again. Will Paris be able to host the Olympics? The French sports minister was the first to respond. The minister assured that everything was in control and that there was no plan B for the opening ceremony. But now the government has made a U-turn. Macron is saying that there is most definitely a plan B.
You also have to plan everything. If you have a rise in international or regional tensions, if you have a series of attacks, unfortunately, our country has had to experience it. Let's imagine that, this ceremony.
You are imagining the worst scenario?
Of course, but that's what a plan B is. You are in November 2015. You're 2 weeks ahead of the Olympic Games. You have a series of terrorist attacks. What do you do? But you know, common sense helps. We must go into impossible scenarios. Say, we can no longer organize anything. No, France is a great country.
So how is France planning to safeguard Paris? Over 30,000 police personnel have been deployed. In addition, private security firms have been hired. Despite the increasing security, officials are worried. There has been an uptick in attacks and protests in Paris. The last thing the Olympics organizers will want is a disruption. Holding the opening ceremony at a different location is on the cards. Political opinion is divided, with Russian and Belarusian athletes participating at the Games, even if they are neutrals. The Israel-Hamas war has further created a divide. France has a lot of ground to cover if they're serious about hosting the biggest celebration of sporting excellence.